What's up guys, this is Ken back again with another video, this time to test a product from a company called Padmate. They reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to test this product and give you guys my opinion. This is their most recent launch, which is the Pamu Slide 2. These are TWS earbuds. These are a very major improvement over the predecessors. I have tested these out for a few days in terms of sound quality, ergonomics, design, battery life, and I'm going to give you guys my opinion on this. But before we get into that, I'm going to go to the unboxing just for you guys to get an idea of what is included in the box. And yeah, let's get into the video. So in the box we have the charging case with the buds inside. We have this little carrying pouch, which is nice to have. You get a short charging cable, USB-C, the manual. You also get replacement buds, so I recommend that you get the right fit for you. All earbuds need to get a perfect seal. If you don't get a perfect seal on the buds, you're not going to get good bass, you're not going to get good sound quality. So make sure you spend some time actually trying out the tips till you get the perfect seal. So you can see this is actually the green model, and it does have that sliding mechanism, as you can see. And here are the buds. You can actually see the little sliding mechanism there on the back. And it feels really sturdy. You can see it has a nice satisfying closing mechanism. And it doesn't feel like flimsy at all. It feels really well built. This is all plastic. It's not the most compact charging case, I'll be honest with you, of all buds that I've tested. You can see here on the top of the case, you have the charging port, USB-C charging port. Another cool feature about these buds is that you can charge them wirelessly, which is pretty cool. They're compatible with Qi charging devices. So that's a cool feature that I don't have on my other buds. You can see that as I place this on my wireless charger, you get the little charging indicator right there. So it'll give you an idea of when it's fully charged. Compared to the Jabbers, it's slightly larger. You can see it's a little bit larger, but it also feels a lot more sturdy than this one. This one feels like if I kind of pull this lid back too far, too strongly, it would actually break. And this one, I don't have that issue. It feels really secure, it feels sturdy. These feel really nice in the ear. Also on the button, which is touch sensitive, you have the Pamu logo right there, the P, and it also has that texturized surface that you get on the exterior of the case. Just slightly smoother. It's not as aggressive, it's not as texturized as that. And you can actually control the buds by sliding your finger up and down to control the volume. You can single press on the bud to pause and play music. You can double press to skip tracks. You can long press also to summon your assistant. Another cool feature is that you can control what each of the controls do on each of the buds within the app. You can configure all that if you like, if you want to change that around, which is a cool feature. And although they're not a stem design, they do have a slight extension here on this part, but I don't really consider this a stem design, which I personally don't like. Something like the AirPods, I don't like that stem design. I mean, these are fairly secure. I don't see them dropping out unless you actually kind of really shake this. So in terms of color options, you have 3 colors. It's the dark green, which is the one I have here, and it's actually my favorite one. You have the dark blue, and you also have the white. So 3 colorways to choose from. They're all pretty nice. My favorite one is the green one, actually. They're actually very pleasing to the eye, more than I expected. So yeah, very nice. Another thing that you can see on the case is that you have a power indicator. So this will light up depending on what level of charge you have. The only small issue with this is that you actually have to open the case and pull a bud out so you can actually see the charge. You can see it shows a power level like that. I just wish I had a little button that you could actually press to see the level, but that's just a small detail, not a deal breaker for me at all. The case is very sturdy. The sliding mechanism feels pretty secure. It's actually pleasant to open and close. And I've noticed that this textured surface on the case, this vinyl record effect kind of textured surface, actually helps to get some grip when you're opening and closing with just your thumb. Another feature that you have in these buds are the proximity sensors. So every time you remove the buds from your ears, the music pauses, and when you put them back in, the music plays again. It resumes. In the app, you can actually deactivate that. And it has that proximity sensor in both buds, so it works with both of the buds. You can use them independently. So that's a cool feature right there. So Padmate tried to evolve in terms of sound quality, and they installed the 10mm pen and titanium composite membrane drivers into these buds. Wow, that was hard to say. So it's supposed to add a little bit more punchy bass, better separation, crisper sound. And yeah, I can't compare these to the previous model, which I didn't test. What I can say is the quality of sound is pretty amazing. You know, I'm not sure what the price range will be for these buds, But what I can say is I was pretty impressed with the buds. I'd set them at a really high level in terms of sound quality. Yeah, they're not as, the bass isn't as powerful as, for example, with my Jabra Elite 75Ts. My Elites have a little bit more of a punchy bass and more like powerful bass. At least that's what I hear from both of them comparatively. But not at all, they're not bad at all. These are not bad at all. I think they have really nice sound quality and I was pretty impressed. Would I recommend these in terms of sound quality? Without knowing the price, yes, because I don't know what the price will be yet. But nonetheless, they sound really good. Now, in terms of battery life, I've got about 3-4 days maybe before I actually had to charge these. So you get 26 hours average out of the case, and then you get 6.5 from the buds themselves. But I've noticed that after like 3 or 4 days, I had to charge them using them at work, watching some videos at home in bed at night when I come home from work and stuff like that. Normal usage, 3 or 4 days. That's kind of the average that I got out of these. Sound quality in terms of phone calls, nothing to say. You still get that kind of digital voice that you get out of some buds, even high-end ones. There's always that little kind of digital effect in the voice, but everything sounds really clear. On the other side of the call, everyone could hear me perfectly well, no issues whatsoever. Also, you have active noise cancellation. It's not the top, pure one. It's not the top spec one that I've tested so far. If you go for buds like, I don't know, Bose, Sony maybe, they're not like super high level, but it works. It does work. Better with low frequency sound. Anything from 20 to 2000 hertz, let's say like fan noises, the fan noise of my computer. I don't know, if you're in an airport, that mumbling noise that you hear in the airport, it kind of muffles that out. Anything higher than that, like high-pitched voices, high sounds, it kind of tends to seep into the buds. So yeah, they're not perfect, but they work pretty fine, okay? You can actually notice it. You have things like wind noise reduction. So if you're running outside, it's a windy day, you can activate that, and it really helps a lot when it comes to the wind noise hitting the buds. You can also activate audio pass-through, which has 3 different levels of customization, which is in vocal enhancement. You have 3 levels. I'd keep it at low gear for the most of the time because I've noticed that on high grade, it introduces a little bit of white noise if you have the volume down of your music or your calls. So keep that in mind. In terms of the EQ sound effect, you have 6 pre-made selections that you can choose from. The only issue is that you can't actually customize the EQ settings for each one of them. The levels, you can't actually customize that. That's one thing I would improve as well, but it's not a big deal. Yeah, but besides that, the audio pass-through works pretty well. ANC works very well. But yeah, another thing to keep in mind is when you're playing around with these settings with ANC, wind noise reduction, audio pass-through, it does kind of affect the sound in the music itself. Kind of alters the sound a bit. That's something I did notice. So yeah, the app is pretty basic. It has the essential. It could use a little bit of work, but it's fine. So yeah, guys, that's it for this product. I hope you liked this video. I hope it helped you out in some way to find a little bit more out about Padmate and their new launch, which is the Pamu Slide 2. Really nice product. I do recommend it. Like I said, I don't know the pricing for it yet, but I do recommend it as is. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. If you like this content and you want to watch more, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you later, guys. Thanks for watching.